Welcome to our podcast.
It is Klaus
Kross.
and KONVOS.
Yeah.
So how was your week?
Well, there was a beginning, a middle, and an end. You know how they say when the weekend is coming, you feel like I can't wait for Friday. It's like this slow moving thing, and then suddenly it's Friday, and then it's like this very fast.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, this week had a lot going on because I'm trying to sort out my work thing and I was editing and we had this program in church too, so that was part of the contributing thing, the day of prayer with Pastor Benny. So that contributed to my day. But
And politically, it was a very busy week, back and forth.
Yes, back and forth. Yeah,
There was this constant spin going on. You know, A says this and B
says that.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about today?
I think this is election week.
Yeah, election is 2 days
In
from
2
now.
days, right? 48 hours. It's just, oh my God.
It's all good. I'm confident.
People can wait. You're confident.
Yes, my guy will win.
My brother, I'm prayerful.
I prayed. Praying now is a waste of time.
Why would you say that?
No, because you should have prayed. And
No,
I prayed.
you
I've been
pray
praying.
until you see what you're looking for. So if we pray to happen on Tuesday,
I have a note of victory in my spirit. So
amen. See, my brother, amen to whatever is giving me that win.
Because the truth is, I've been praying for more than 60 days.
Yep.
We've been Saturday mornings, we've been praying. And I'm confident that God answers prayers. And so I know.
So when that guy, remember the guy who commented on our post, who said Trump is not a Christian. He wouldn't like you talking about prayer right now.
Because he doesn't think I'm a Christian.
Right.
Yeah. He's the thermometer, the barometer to measure Christianity.
Yeah.
He knows who's
But that's a good point.
Yeah,
a lot of people seem to measure if Trump is a Christian or not, which makes Christian association with Trump.
And I made my point. Politics is a secular game.
Yep.
I'm not interested in how you live your personal life. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But the policies you champion, do they affect my life? Do they affect the way I live? Do they affect my Christian beliefs and principles? And so if it doesn't affect it, then I'm good.
Exactly.
But well, I think we should talk about things that happened last week, with the garbage thing from Mr. Biden.
Well, you know where it started from, though. Trump had this massive rally at
the Madison Square Garden.
It was beautiful. It was like the Republican Convention 2.0.
Yeah.
All the top players showed up, gave great speeches. Next morning, I wake up and I was wondering why the conversation changed, because they said a comedian had, apparently his name is Tony, right?
Yeah, Tony.
And all he does is really specializes in roasting.
Comedian.
Right.
All he does is roasting.
Exactly.
And he's really good at what he does.
So he made a joke that they thought was sensitive, coming from a people who make everything about race and gender. So it makes sense. It makes sense. They will react to it. But everybody's looking for like the low-hanging fruit. Let me make it about this conversation. And then Kamala's people, her team, and everybody just took it over. You know the rest.
Yeah. But in this situation, a comedian is a comedian.
Yep.
And the moment you start taking what comedians say personal, then we've lost the essence of comedy.
But that's been the state of the country for years now.
Which is very stupid.
Yeah.
Comedy is not something that is real. And a roast comedian, what do? They just roast you. They use things that they see.
But you're talking this your opinion would really count if we live in a normal world. That's what it's supposed to be. But the world we live in now, abstract things have become real.
Yeah, but
so it'll make sense when someone cracks a joke, people take it very personal.
Which boils down to my point that, like, when I moved here to America, one of the things that I had issue with is that Americans are very sensitive.
Right.
Every little thing is like, can't you take it? You call someone is fat, you call them fat. They take offense with it. But I'm like, you call me a tall man.
Right.
Why don't I take offense with you calling me a tall man? They say tall is positive and fat is negative. I disagree with that. When you're fat, you're fat.
When we're growing up in Nigeria, that was a good thing.
It was a normal, yes.
Yeah, if you
are fattened up, they'll say, you're chopping.
Exactly.
So coming from a totally different culture,
exactly.
I understood that, There's nothing sensitive about it.
Right.
If I call you fat and you don't like being fat, then you lose weight and become slim. Or they now use this word. Instead of calling someone fat, they say someone is thick. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's fat.
I noticed that the ladies decided to go for that. So
and you call skinny girls skinny girls.
Yeah.
Skinny not derogatory
No.
if you come to that point.
Thick is not fat.
Thick is not fat.
So now the worst part is when you say fat or say thick or anything that would insinuate that, they go fat shaming.
Yeah.
There is no room for it is what it is. So but back to what we're talking about.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is comedy should be comedy.
Yeah.
And we should live in a normal world. We shouldn't live in an abnormal world.
Right.
And these left people are trying to create an abnormal world for us. And we have to fight it.
Right.
Which is why we have to vote for Trump.
Exactly.
But going back to it, I don't see anything wrong with the joke the guy made. The guy is a roast comedian.
Yeah.
And I'm down with whatever he roasts. And they are saying that he shouldn't have brought a roast comedian to the event. I disagree with that. A comedian is a comedian, whether it's a roast or not.
That was the campaign's call. Plus, if we're being honest, how many of those popular comedians or people in acting and movies
would agree to come to a Trump campaign?
Trump is one name everybody don't want to be associated with. So I give kudos to whoever
agreed to come.
Plus, it's comedy.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Biden is the worst person to have spoken on that topic.
Yeah.
And he just, again, the event that led to it was so weird. Kamala was giving her closing speech in the back of, Biden is on his own thing, trying to
Zoom and trying to.
Only God knows who woke him up at that time, why they would let him out.
Because he should be sleeping.
Exactly.
Sleepy
Dude goes to bed. Sleepy Joe, right? Per Trump.
He should be sleeping. Yeah.
Sleepy Joe messes everything up and calls half the country
garbage.
So it's still trending. I'm not like
you know.
Halloween.
If you go on TikTok, Halloween was the word.
Yeah.
Garbage, and it led some people to say that Trumpism is actually a cult.
I thought that was like old news. Yeah,
but I don't care.
It's a message. People believe in something. Right now, it's a culture war. It's beyond politics.
When people say I'm a Trumpist, I say no, I'm not a Trumpist. I'm about the Make America Great movements.
Yeah.
That is what I'm about, the America First movement.
Yeah.
We have to put America first.
Yep.
We have to take care of America first.
Yep.
We have to concentrate our efforts on getting America back to a very healthy state before we can start concentrating on other countries and other people. And that's that's my take on it. And that's where I stand. But am I a Trumpist? Is it all about Trump? No. But in this election, it is all about Trump. Those are the two candidates that we have.
Yep, because the truth is someone still always has to lead the message, be the message bearer. In this case, they try to make MAGA look like if you say MAGA, you are like some really evil person, you belong to a cult. But what does it really mean? Even in that post too, I saw someone saying, when has America ever been great? And you can tell just looking at the brothers' race, this is a black brother. And they'll just tell you, and I don't even want to go into that argument today.
But the truth is, if America was not great, the black Americans would not be where they are today.
But they've been put in a position where everything has to be seen with the lens of victimhood.
No.
If Obama is claiming victim and Michelle is a victim,
yeah.
Who are the rest of them, right? Think about it. Yeah. These guys got to the level where they got more white votes than Mitt Romney, and he's a victim. So it's something but the movement is catching on. More black votes are tuning towards the Republican Party. And thanks to Joe Biden, he gave the whole garbage thing, and that worked. And see how Trump played it out. The whole story gave out the truck.
His retail politics is just top notch.
It's amazing.
See that truck thing, the garbage truck thing he pulled out? That was just as brilliant as the McDonald's thing.
Exactly. And you know what's crazy? People were saying it the day before. They wish, Trump would just go do the whole thing, the one Vivek did. Trump wasn't going to do that. But the way they played his, because Trump would never tell you he's not rich. He's a billionaire. But he's not going to shy away from doing what regular people do. And he said when they told him, it was like, you think I can do that with my suit? The way he was explaining the whole thing, and he said, and all the fake news media were there. And if I don't get on this, if I can't climb, they would say
this, yes. And you remember he said when he finally got to his rally,
Right.
he said, "Where's my suit? I want to put back my suit."
Yeah.
They said, "No, you're gonna go up with this." He said, "No, I can't do this.
Right.
I have to wear my suit." But they say, if you go up with it, it makes you look
sleep.
then I'm going on with this. You know what I like about Trump? He's
authenticity.
Authentic.
Oh, my brother.
And let me be honest with you. Even if that was played,
then it's well played.
Then it's well played. Because if you gotta play well.
Exactly. Even when Kamala is talking about things she believes in, it looks fake.
It looks fake. That's what I'm saying. It looks very inauthentic.
How can someone say, I grew up from middle class family, and it looks like it's a lie? Like something's gotta be wrong. Like, seriously. A billionaire was in McDonald's, and we
believed like he looked like a McDonald's worker. Even though we all knew it was fake, but we loved it. And you remember he said that some guy, the Google guy, called him and said, "We've never seen anything like this." Like
he's changing the dynamics.
The guy understands retail politics.
It's changing this week, my wife was telling me, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? McDonald's did their $5 meal. Had it stopped doing since all this recession time. They did it. You can tell there's traction, and McDonald's represents America.
America, yes. McDonald's is American fast.
Oh, my brother. It's
Trump loves McDonald's. He eats it.
Actually, people who worked with him, they.
Like, you remember when he came to the McDonald's and they asked him, "What do you like?" He said, I like it all.
What's his name? Kennedy. He's going to have to refine it.
Yes,
because they make America healthy again.
It affects, he said, no more seed oil.
But at least he's trusting the guy to
make the right kind of reforms, the right kind of changes. So I think the comedian thing wasn't a big issue in my opinion, but I think Biden messed up.
Yep.
But what I truly think is that when they are in their private groups, this so-called establishments from the Democrat Party, that is actually what they say. That's how they think of the rest of America.
Yeah.
Because Biden always has a way of sneaking in the truth.
Yeah.
He's
the same way he had said last election that if you don't vote for me, then you're in black.
Black, yeah.
They're entitled.
They feel this like Michelle Obama, very uppity, feels like she has a moral high ground. Like I can't stand those things.
Yeah, I can't remember how she put that exact comment. That was kind of she was talking about. You think your anger operates in a vacuum. That's just very similar to Obama saying it's unacceptable.
Acceptable, yeah.
Like who do you think who do you feed here? Who do you pay their bills? That
I don't know.
Gives you such audacity to like.
And the way they say it is just crazy. It boggles my mind.
People, again, Americans gave them that power. Over time they were like, oh, nobody has ever existed that could talk like this people. Their confidence. They don't even realize they're living in a different generation. Like people are not.
They are very good orators. I give it to them. They are very well spoken and they are they communicate very good. But it's not all about the communication. It's about what are you communicating? What is the truth behind what you're communicating? Because you say one thing and you do something.
Well, you see, they're still communicating right now, but how come it's not working? It's not landing.
It's because you've been doing, your mouth has not been following your actions. And so it's really, like I said, I can't trust the Democrat Party to have my back, have the back of the American people, because they have shown that they cannot have our back. Even in the little things like what we mentioned last time, the Beyonce concerts. It was advertised that she was performing.
Exactly.
She didn't perform. During the DNC, it was advertised that she was going to appear or make a speech or perform whatever. She didn't show up. So they are pandering.
The lying is just so easy now. Like, I can't see Republicans getting away with that. And the media constantly, again, you can't separate the media from the Democrat Party. They're one and the same.
They are.
All their headlines, while you were talking about Michelle and all this, did you see what happened with Cardi B?
Oh. Let's watch it.
1 second, guys. 1 second.
She was nervous. She was sweating.
Okay. So I don't take lightly the call.
There's a call. They call all these celebrities. You gotta show up here.
I'm a little nervous.
See what you say. I don't take lightly the call.
I've been waiting for this moment this whole life. My whole life.
So it's true that thing is saying.
Can't you hear? But she's never.
I need patience over here.
I don't take lightly the call.
Patience, where are you, girl? I need patience over here.
Her phone so she can continue her speech because the teleprompters went off. Let's see how long it takes.
Hold on. How you guys doing tonight?
This is the kind of people they call to endorse them. See how dumb.
How you guys doing tonight? Are we ready to make history?
Yeah, because you need to at least know the
Are we
candidate.
ready to make history?
On a 30-second, 1 minute advance.
Are we ready to change these 4 years? No. Are we ready to change the next 8 years? Because we're going to make sure we have Kamala Harris in office for 8 years. Thank you.
So that part you just mentioned, there's been rumors that these people get this calls because they are CEOs and people who write their checks are in the pockets of these people and they say, call your people.
Call your people and get them.
They're really puppets though. None of them believe, even though what they're going for is not what they believe.
Which is why I believe like all this, the whole Diddy machine and all that they collect information on all these black artists and these executives and these people who have those access to those things. So once there are people that control them. So once they say, your people are not following in line, give them a call. You give them a call and they show up. Look at Usher who went on what do they call it? The View and couldn't endorse Kamala when they tried to make him endorse Kamala. And because of that, he got the call. And what did he do? He showed up.
And that was Usher, who's not even relevant with this generation. But because they sensed, how dare you not? They gave him a call. And call me conspiracy theory, but it seems to be panning out. Because he could have just gone through that view and say, oh, Kamala is my person, and no, he wouldn't. Because he did that, they said, now you're speaking.
Now you must speak. She got the call, and he responded. And so Cardi B mentions it here. Oh, I don't take lightly the call. Because,
wow. Bro.
Whatever call they want, they might say, oh no, maybe it's the call to come and repair. No, there's a call.
There's a call, definitely.
The rumors they are not just, there's no smoke without fire.
So this freedom we're talking about, it's a long shot, bro, because...
Which is why people like Elon Musk say this election is very crucial. It's like, this is the end. We won't have any other election if we lose this one. Because they would set the machine so well that
it's already in play. We just have this tiny window now to get in front of it.
And if we don't get into this window, which is why a lot of people say, oh no, 4 years of Kamala won't be that bad. I agree. It wouldn't change much. But it just gives the establishment more power, more working
to put
things in place much better. And so we need to break that cycle. And that's why Trump is that's why, when Trump says this thing that he says, I take it very seriously. He said, it's you they are trying to get to. I'm just
in the way, right?
And you can imagine why is Trump so much persecuted, so much hated, so much? It's because he's in the way. If it was any other retail Republican politician, nobody would have bothered them that much. But because Trump is typically an outsider, Trump was never a politician. He just came from business, came in and won presidency.
And dealt with all politicians, regardless of party.
And so that's what the problem is.
And that's why they can't understand, why would you give up all of this for the love of country?
Yes.
Because he could have had a very peaceful life.
Which is also why I think Trump is a good person. Because he saw how it affected his businesses. He saw how it affected and had the foresight to see how it affect the country in the larger scheme of things. And said, no, I gotta sacrifice this.
Especially the way we treat outsiders compared to
what we do insiders. And he's the only president in American history who has donated his salary. Because he doesn't need it.
They still made that look like it was a joke. Did we ever get proof? And I'm like, wow.
His charity goes to charity, and different charities that help different groups of different groups of people. So Trump is a good person. He's fighting for a good cause, and because this is what I tell people. Like when I have conversations with people, I ask questions. How much information do you have? You say Trump is racist. Can you give me examples of racism?
Yeah, good people on both sides.
They are good
with
people.
the white cutting off the
But if
context.
you look at the people, they are actually good people on both sides.
Yes, yeah.
When
he said
says,
not the white supremacists and these people who came. So you just like the same thing they did this week, right? He said we're going to protect our women. The context of that conversation was how you're letting people in from the border who are raping and killing women. And he said then we have to protect our women. And then they chopped off whether they like it or not.
Yes, we're going to protect the women whether they like it or not.
And then you use that to run now.
Yes, they remove the context. And,
I can respect the campaign, the Harris campaign for doing that. But why would the media, because I'm not even a journalist and I understood the context. But why would media now plaster that headline everywhere? And then you're wondering why people go to independent
it's just to show you that the media is in the bag.
Is one exactly, literally.
And look at, did you see the op-ed that Jeff Bezos wrote?
Yo.
It shows.
It might not be much, but there's some shift going on.
Yes, there's a shift going on.
Because after, what's his name, Bill Gates, the other knucklehead we could call is Bezos when it comes to all things Democrat.
Yeah.
But for him to say, wait,
we're not endorsing anybody.
Yeah.
We got to.
News has no credibility. Why are we doing what we're doing?
Yes. Yeah. Let's change this thing. And people are getting their news from podcasts and people and all. And
see how many subscribers left the 200,000.
And it's a editorial board. Almost all the editorial board resigned. So that means you are saying we cannot be objective.
Yeah, exactly.
We must do what we want to do. We must.
So it's not news they're reporting.
No.
It's basically, what do they call it?
It's propaganda.
Yeah.
It's propaganda.
It has to be aligned with our beliefs, and then this is what we tell the people.
And there was a Gallup poll that they usually do, and the media had the lowest.
It keeps getting low every year.
It's the lowest ever.
It's getting
worse. Usually, certain things are higher up. It's higher up than a lot of other things, but this time it was the lowest on there.
And you know how bad that is? When even the Democrat Party you support, because their votes are part of it, are saying they don't trust
you. They don't trust the media anymore. So it's a total. But I can assure you guys, you can trust us.
Oh yeah.
To give you the real common sense.
I'm gonna tell you my believing. You already know where we stand. We're Christians. We're believers. This is why we support who we support. But I'm not gonna come make up a news just so we can get clicks. No, what was said is what we tell you.
Yeah.
But give us our opinion. Because
I read all this news. I listen to Fox, I listen to ABC, I listen to SMBC, I go on X, I go on all these other apps and find the news. I use ground news as well because ground news helps me, balance my news and see the blind side from each side. And I analyze all that and I give you my take. This is how I give you my take. It might not be corporate news, but it is news because I break it down for you. Break it down. We try as much as possible to break it down while we're having our conversation, because these are the things we talk about when we're on our own.
So here's a question I have for you today. So say you get
I like the questions.
Say you get to the voting booth on Tuesday. I don't know if it's rain or technical issues, and they say people got to wait for 4 to 6 hours. What would you do?
I would wait.
You would?
Oh, yes.
Skip work and just...
Oh, yes. There's no work on the 5th. It should be a public holiday.
Right? Why is it not a holiday in America?
It should be a public holiday in America. The voting day, November 5th, should be a public holiday. Nobody should go to work.
That way, nobody has an excuse not to vote.
The only kind of people that should be allowed to work are some transportation kind of in the food industry.
Yeah.
Essential workers. That's all the only people that should work. But that day should be a public holiday.
It's true.
Because how can you tell me... if my employer doesn't let me go to work, or even if the employer wants you to work, they pay you.
It's like when you have a jury duty.
Yes,
that's what it should be.
That's
if
what
you're
it should
taking
be.
hours to go vote, the employer covers it.
Yes, but I believe November 5th should be a public holiday.
Maybe we should start a petition for
Yes, I think so.
Okay,
we could do that,
bro. Let's do it.
We could do that.
Let's do it.
But this is. I would wait. I don't care about it as long as.
No. After now, but it's something when Trump wins, we can put in play.
Some of the things you can put in play. But I believe that. I think that's something that should be done.
Because I've been trying to think about it. Because it's become a lot harder, more expensive to live. So people are thinking, what if I go there and it's taking forever? And it just crossed my mind. Would I not wait?
I would.
Just like you, I would. I think maybe now that we're talking about it, I'll just go with my laptop, connect to my hotspot, and wait it out.
Yes.
Because my vote is too important, not to go for Trump.
And that's what I keep telling people. You gotta vote. It doesn't matter what the situation is. You got to vote. Every single vote is important. Some will say, oh, I'm in a state that doesn't count. No, it's a lie.
No.
Your vote counts.
It counts.
It doesn't matter. It's good. Let me, like I was telling somebody, I said, it'll be, I would love it even more if Trump wins the Electoral College and the popular vote. I want him to win both.
When was the last time a Republican? Wasn't that Reagan?
It was Reagan. Yeah. It was Reagan. I would like him to win that. And you know why I would like him to win that? So that we'll know that the majority of America voted for him. And that way it gives me a good standing. Right. You can't say... Yeah. So I want him to win because now if Trump wins Electoral College and Kamala wins popular votes, they'll say, at least he won because she's more popular. Right. They'll start this all their talk about. Nothing is ever right. No, the Electoral College should stay. It's a very good thing that was put in place. It was masterfully crafted. And I think it's a very good electoral thing that a lot of countries should adopt. Right. Because it's masterfully crafted. And I think it's amazing. And you know the Electoral College votes, it shifts, it changes. If more population move to another state, they get more Electoral College votes. Yeah. And it's given to states based on their population. Yeah. And that's why certain states have more than others. Yeah. And so it's well crafted. I think it's a genius idea because you can't say because California has more population. Yeah. And if you go by the popular vote, definitely more people from California will vote. Yeah. And so if you judge by the popular vote, that means all the blue states and the blue places will make someone win. No. The Electoral College votes are important. Yeah. And it works the way it works. It was put in place because it was masterfully thought about. And it was put in place. And I like the idea of it.
So 2 days to go. 2 days to go. We hope you get this video before Tuesday. My goal is...
I'll try as much as possible.
When we're still hoping to stream on Tuesday. Or Wednesday, because we have to put something out.
Yeah, we have to put something out. Yeah.
But I don't want to say I'm begging you because I'm not Trump and he hasn't begged yet. But I'm encouraging you, whoever you may be, regardless of your race and gender, this is a very, very serious thing. There are people who they say, how do they say, they are one topic or one subject voter. They
vote based on just
so someone, it could be abortion.
Single issue.
Yes. So what always baffles me about that is, say I was an open or immigration voter. What about how I feed my kids? What about housing? You have to put everything in context and say last 4 years versus Trump's years. Which one is better? Are we safer now? You know, are kids being exposed to things they shouldn't? So even with reproduction, you know, I think Bill Clinton, when he slipped and said, these people are coming in, our people are not reproducing as they used to. All of these things used to be myths. Yeah. You say, oh, why would you make your population, the men sterile, the women change gender, and then say they're not giving birth? So you import
poor people.
So why not just make your people
give birth? Yeah.
It doesn't like...
Why not encourage them to give birth? Because everything discourages them to give birth. Most things, cost of living is expensive. Childcare is expensive. Schooling is expensive.
And abortion, they want free.
Yes.
Like, you know, like you're popping...
Pills and all those things, they give it... Yeah.
So everything that encourages it, they take away, and then they tell you bring
other people. But
the way liberals think...
They always use this, America is an immigrant country. Like one of my very good friends from California sent me a message. I'm like, I don't believe you are voting for Trump. He's so racist. You know he doesn't want you in this country. I'm like, no, Trump doesn't not want me in this country. I came into this country legally. And Trump wants legal immigration. And even you came into this country legally. And so that's why you are here. But telling me that Trump is racist because he thinks you are eating the cats and the dogs. And I'm like, but there were actually people who ate cats and dogs.
But because it's not mass in the country, then it becomes a lie.
Because I had a friend of mine who is Haitian, and he said, yes, we eat cats and dogs it's a normal Haitian culture.
Calabar in Nigeria.
So, they do that.
Yeah.
They eat dogs, they eat cats, they eat...
But in America, those are considered people's babies, not just pets. So you don't do that. Did you see the squirrel and something that was...
Yeah,
I never really knew about it until they said they had a worm, broke into this guy's house, killed. Apparently the squirrel and the other animal had a following, and they've owned them for years, over 7 years. New York. See, anything, when Trump used to say anything liberals touch turned to shit, I guess all of those things we thought were unbelievable. Now it's beginning to make sense. How do these people think? Why would you go into someone's house and kill their pets? And yet they're illegal immigrants, you're housing and giving all this whatever. None you've deported, but you go after a pet in someone's house.
It's crazy. Like, they just want to take all your freedom.
Yeah.
Like, I was mentioning to someone, today I was passing somewhere here in Texas, and I saw flags, the American flags. I'm like, oh, God. It's so good to see American flags, because way back in California, all you see is the rainbow flags everywhere. Right. You rarely see an American flag. Yeah. It's very rare. I'm like, oh, it feels good to be riding down the street and seeing American flags everywhere. It felt different because it made me proud. And I wonder why are we trying to change the norm? Oh,
they've made that into a stigma. They say when you see an American flag, it means there are racist people in that place. They are MAGA people. I remember when I was in Connecticut, if you have, when it was it Memorial Day, there's one of this, when we have all those flags. I remember exactly. I remember someone telling me, bro, why do you have that? They stopped by the house. I was like, what do you mean? It's 4th of July or something. I was like, man, we don't do that. And you know, Biden's administration, they gave them the Juneteenth. So now we have separate Independence Day for Black people. Why would you constantly want to sell? Now, I thought you didn't like the country. You didn't belong. And now the border is open. They've overrun your communities. Suddenly you're saying, I'm American. Why are you American now? I thought you said you weren't. You had, when they are using... They've taken advantage of the black vote for so long that I'm so happy we're waking up.
I think we're going to have to do an episode where we talk about all the various ways they are gradually changing things to eventually control people. We're going to have to talk about that. Like I keep telling people here, there's this saying, my pastor says it and I use it a lot. He says, life is spiritual. And to be ignorant of that fact is to deceive yourself. Because everything that is happening, there's a spiritual connotation to it. And what I usually tell people, the Bible says it is very clear. We do not war against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. There are things behind, there are forces behind these things. And you have to see beyond the individual. You have to see beyond, like, why do I say I don't care about whether Trump is Christian or not, or whether he believes? No, I care about the policies he backs. That's how you're able to judge which spirits or which forces are behind this.
Exactly.
It's about what do they support? Are the things they support, are they things against humanity? Are they in line with the perfect plan for humanity? That's how you know the forces behind it. So it might look all nice and pretty and...
But the delivery, it's all...
But what is behind it? What are they championing? What is their agendas behind it? What are they trying to do? That's how you check.
It's a great point. It's a great point. Because look at everything Obama stood for after he was generally loved. And
let me give you an instance again. Let me give you... Look at the DNC. Look at how well packaged it is. Look at this guy, her rallies. The glitz, the glamour, the celebrities, look at the interviews they organize for her, the town halls. It looks prim and proper, all glitz and glamour. And people go by what they see. So it attracts them. But you don't go back and sit down and say, these policies, how does it affect the general? Because people think just about themselves. They don't care about the bigger good of the
I think that goes for all humans. But did you see the jobs report from yesterday? Just 12,000. It was awful. It was awful. Like so many things that we could change or just completely change the trajectory come Tuesday.
Yeah.
So again, we seem like we're emphasizing the whole election day is because it's the one chance we get versus the government, the establishment, the media to we the people to say this is the path we're choosing. So please go out there and vote.
And like I remember watching Trump respond to the garbage.
Right.
And he said, I want to tell Biden and Kamala, you can't be presidents
over people you don't love. Right.
And
that's the truth.
It champions it.
Yeah.
It summarizes everything.
They despise most Americans.
You can see that a lot of people say Trump is in this for himself.
Nah,
but he's not making any.
He's not.
Do you know the amount of money he's lost as a result of being it? It's about country. He loves this country. And that's why he's doing all these things. And
he's not.
That's why
I'm old enough to know.
That's why we're taking the time to break these things down for you so that you can
just in case you were wondering, why would two adults like us decide to do this? Like, honestly, it has...
This stemmed from the conversation we had. We're like, let's put this...
On a low level, we're not on the Trump level. This is also our love for the country. That we're like, well, there are people within our range that listen to us that we can do the same thing for. So if I'm doing it for the love of country, why should I doubt that the man left the glory and glamour to come fight for his country? That man was a Democrat, for God's sake.
Yeah, and like you said, I love this country. That's why I came here.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to turn to rubbish. I don't want it to turn from where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
I want it to be better and improve. So that peradventure someday where I'm coming from will improve too.
Exactly.
But because America has become a standard, everybody looks up to America.
Yeah.
So if we're able to fix these issues, and you see, whatever happens in America trickles down to other countries. So if we're able to fix our issues here, it will help with other countries fixing their issues. And you can see that the right movements happening in America is beginning to get into other countries.
Even see after Trump ran, you see how many businessmen ran in different countries. Yeah.
So it's very important that we do these things and your vote counts no matter what you think. I'm gonna do my best to put out this by tomorrow.
Right.
I'm gonna try my best to put it out by tomorrow so that you guys can hear this before you go to the polls. Thank you guys. Go out and vote, and remember to follow us on social media. You can find us on all social medias with the handle KONVOS Uncensored.
Right.
And if you want to follow our personal
handles too.
My personal all across the board is Klaus Ume. That's Klaus Ume.
And just so you know, you're gonna see the subscribe option on your YouTube. Please, we need those subscribers. We need that engagement. And you don't have to agree with us. And this is something we keep saying. Tell us how you feel. Give us a chance to make that argument and change your mind. But most importantly...
And also, if you challenge what we say.
Exactly.
And give us your own point of view so that we can work on those things. And
most importantly, make sure you vote.
Yeah, please vote.
I know
it doesn't matter. I want you to vote for Trump.
Yeah.
But even if you're not going to vote for Trump, just vote.
Yeah. You got to make your voice
heard.
Right.
So that if we get a strong... If the whole America votes and Kamala wins, we know that, this is where America wants, and we'll have to support that and back that up. But if you don't vote and we win, you would say, vote.
Vote, right.
We are convincing you to vote this way, and we're giving you our reasons why. But if you don't think these reasons are convincing, vote the way you want, but do not vote.
Just, don't stay out of it.
Don't stay out of it. Make sure you vote. I think this was a nice...
It was, my brother.
It was.
KKK. I love that name.
And we'll see you guys soon.
We keep improving, man.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone.
See you guys. Bye.